Every morning he sent her good morning texts. Every day they'd talk for hours. They had lunch together almost every day. They did this almost every day. They went to bed at the same time every night. And yet there were no inside jokes, no memories, no deeper conversations. They were just habits. And habits are comfortable. But she couldn't help but wonder, am I just here for the comfort? Because being here didn't feel like enough anymore. She wanted to feel something more, something real. So she started paying attention, and what she noticed was that he never asked about her day, never remembered her little quirks or interests, never leaned in when she spoke. And it was in those moments that she realized she wasn't just in his life. She was in his routine. He wasn't just in her life. He was in her routine. And that scared her because routines can be comfortable, but they can also be repetitive and boring. And she didn't want their story to be just another routine. She wanted it to be something more, something real. So she started walking away from him. At first it was hard. His presence was like a gravitational pull, always bringing her back to him, but she kept walking. She walked past the park where they had their first date. She walked past the cafe where they shared their deepest secrets. She walked right past him, right past the comfort, right past the familiarity. And then she saw him. It was like a beacon of light in the darkness, someone who showed up not because he had to, but because he wanted to. Someone who was intentional, not habitual. And as she walked towards him, her glow began to rise again. One by one, others started stepping off their passive paths. Some cried, some breathed, some chose to start again. But all of them walked away from the person who was just there and towards the person who was waiting for them. And finally, when they were all gathered together, the children took some petals and wrote, "I choose what chooses me." Then they let the petals float away on the wind, carried by the breeze towards the warmth of the sun. As Renna watched the petals dance in the air, she realized she didn't need proximity. She needed presence. She didn't need someone who was just her own. She needed someone who was there for her, who chose her, who loved her. And as she turned to leave, she knew she didn't have to settle for someone who was just her own. She could wait for someone who would lead her somewhere. So if you're out there thinking you're not good enough or beautiful enough or smart enough, remember, you don't have to settle for someone who's just her own. Choose what leads. Let devotion be your direction. And if you like this story, don't forget to subscribe because there are more stories like this waiting for you. And as always, thanks for watching.